Hello, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. I have really been enjoying this season of Pose, and I'm really happy we got the episode we did last night because, I mean, baby, heavy, heavy, it's getting heavy on me. The show was getting a little heavy, okay? I am your host, JustLatasha. I am live every Monday evening, 6 p.m. EST to discuss Pose on FX. And tonight we will be reviewing, dissecting, discussing episode 5, Something Borrowed, Something Blue. Now, something different is going to start happening with my dissections. And let me just give it to you straight like this. I am cutting the show from an hour down to about 25, 30 minutes. I think what I do here is incredible. I think what I do here is amazing. I love spending time with you guys. It's really hard to build a new audience because I think the 1 hour video deters people from gaining and having this experience and learning something new and diving into something new. A lot of people like an extended time spent on bite-sized things rather than an extended time on one large piece. So this is beta testing. We're beta testing. However, on my Patreon, patreon.com/JustLatasha, I will be keeping the videos an hour because I know y'all love it over there. And I love doing it. So we're going to try that tonight. I want to spend time in Pose speaking about segments of happenings, occurrences, themes, because I think this show Pose, like, it does use its directorial visuals to expand the story, and that's essentially what a dissection does. We compare the story against the visuals, the colors, the setup, the clothing, all of that. But I think Pose is not quite set up that way. So some parts we will be diving into what the visuals can tell us about the story and what we can predict. And other times there are just really some themes that I want to explore with you all. So let's see who we got in the room. What's up, Mara, with the first comment? Boom, guess who stepped in the room? AA, what's up, Stacy? Hello, Belkis. Hi, Jay-Z. What up, Michael? Hey, BD, and hi, Christina. Some patrons in here for sure. So I'm excited about tonight. If you guys are not following me on social media, please do so. I am JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter, and I am in the process of producing a comedy web series called Just Latasha's Interactions. We have an Instagram page and a Twitter page as well if you guys want to see that show coming out this year. INNR Actions. And I'm really excited to finish it up and produce it. It's been a long time coming. COVID interrupted us a little bit. And then I was starting to get some screenwriting wins. So I paused the show to see how else I can elevate it. I don't want to say nothing too early now. So wait on it, okay? Wait on it. I'm doing kind of cute over here, y'all. What's up, Amira? What's up, Yannick? Hey, Mark. What's up? Hi, Pages. Jay Zador. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, all them letters was together like that. I didn't know which part to attack first. So nice to know that. Jay Zador. All right, here we go. Pose, episode 5, Something Borrowed, Something Blue. Again, we are in beta testing. I am cutting the dissections from an hour to about 25, 30 minutes. All right, here we go. So I really loved this episode because about time to step fully into joy with this family, with these trans women. Like, it was just giving super rich fantasy. It was giving, what if Paris is Burning was joyful? What if their dreams came true? And I really thought heavily of that documentary Paris is Burning because so many of the girls just wanted to be somebody. They dreamed of being lavish and rich and having these wild dreams. So to see Pose play in that fantasy, and what if it came true? What if they can have all of the joys at their feet? And I really loved it. And I specifically thought of the character Venus Extravaganza, who unfortunately, I know a lot of people had a lot of pushback against Candy's death in Pose season 2. But it, unfortunately, it's a true story for so many trans women, from Black and brown trans women. And Venus Extravaganza was one of the trans women who was violently, okay, her life was violently interrupted, and we lost her. So to remember Venus's dream of being rich and being that girl and being a model and watching it happen with these pose characters, I thought it was really lovely. It was really beautiful. And I just love to have fun. That was me. And what I did notice, especially in this episode, was that there was a ton of the color white, a ton of the color gold. And when we first started this dissection series for season 3, there was sort of this color theme, right, between heaven and hell. What is your joy in heaven? What is your disturbance? What is your hell? And when we saw the joy in the heaven, that color scheme in episode 1 of this season was paired with white and gold. Now, I don't know if going through the season, they're still sticking with that theme, but knowing that this was purely their dreams come true, their ultimate joy, this episode had a ton of white and it felt free and light and beautiful. However, I couldn't help but notice, and this is what made me originally nervous for Bianca. I keep saying Bianca, for Blanca in the first episode, is that there are so many stripes and columns, and that feels like an omen to me. It's like you want to be in this joyful space, you want to fully embrace it, but something there is interrupting it. Something there is not quite letting you go free, right? And every time we saw these characters living in joy, they had a ton of stripes coming with them. So I wanted to pay attention to that. I don't want to predict because, you know, I predicted, I was like, I don't know if Blanca's going to have a good ending this season, y'all, but I let that go. I think she'll be fine. She'll make it out fine. But I was nervous. I was really nervous about that. And Elektra has come into this wealth by playing around with organized crime, the mafia. So it's giving jail just a little bit. I was like, I hope she makes it out of this A-okay, but it's giving jail. I'm just going to say that. What's up, Kiara? Welcome to the room. Yes. Okay. So let's start with the theme of masculinity. And we touched about this in our last dissection because Poppy was going through it, right? You have a great job, you have a great fiance, your wedding is coming up, and you get this major gift. And somehow this gift of money is a threat to you as a man. Poppy would rather have a worse wedding so he can prove to anybody watching that he's not a bum and wouldn't accept the help. I don't know about y'all and what kind of men's y'all know, but I've seen this plenty back in my day, okay? Where you'd rather have worse, you'd rather not have the answer, you'd rather make it, and you'd rather make it hard because you are too proud to beg. You're too proud to ask for help, as if this is an insult, this is a detriment to yourself as a man and your masculinity. You want your wife to have less so you could pretend you something. It doesn't give logic. It's not giving logic. It really isn't. And a lot of men do this. And it is really confusing. And here's the thing for me, that we all grew up with this idea that boys mature slower than girls. Girls mature faster than boys. Like, let boys play. Girls are responsible and smarter than boys. So how come when we grow up, you're not teaching them to listen to us? Wouldn't we have the answer and would have had it for far longer? You go from not being prepared to magically being the head of the household and the lead. How? Why? Because this right here is a perfect example of not making the right decisions. Where are you leading me, baby? You want me to follow you, but where are we going? To hell and destruction? Not on my watch. And I had to pay attention to the visuals in this scene, because even when they're laying cuddled up in that little loft bed, even when they celebrate and here down in the kitchen, again, we're seeing these stripes paired against the color white. A place of joy is imprisoned by something. Something else is capturing this space of joy. And of course, bringing out this red wine. And they had some red pops of red coming up behind them, right? We have here angel in red. So I was really curious about what was upcoming for this couple and how he could possibly take a blessing and make it a curse for them. Hi, Tariq. Welcome. Hi. Ooh, Nadende. I sound like that white girl who was trying to speak Jamaican. It was so stupid. Paige says, yes, this still feels like a cage of sorts. Mm-hmm. Michael guesses, well, maybe it's just part of the decor of the 90s. Could absolutely be, Michael. Could absolutely be. But we would hope directors, when they're making a feature film or a TV show, that every single thing is a part of elevating the story that's being told. So we can always take something, a color, a pattern, something to guess what it could also mean for the story. Kara says, it's giving danger. Thank you. Since they didn't get her for the body, they'll get Elektra for the money laundering. I'm scared, y'all. I'm really scared. So I really wanted to know what these stripes and what this red could possibly mean. And just because we're sticking with Poppy for now, we found out what it was, right? Poppy discovers he has a son who's 5 years old. And this is going to present an issue in this relationship that was experiencing joy and peace, right? Angel's getting clean. They're getting married. Poppy accepted this big gift, but there's another issue here. And this would become Angel's wound. That red on the sun is matching the red that Angel wore, that red wine, these stripes in their beautiful loft. Something has captured the joy for this couple. And I think here, it was really important for Poppy to step up into this new situation. To me, this is masculinity. This is taking care of yours. It's giving Black is king. When they ask Black men and Black is king, what is being a king? You take care of yours. You take care of your family. You step up. We love to see it. We absolutely love to see it. And him and Angel just going to have to buck up and work this out. That's just what it is. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. I mean, wow. 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 Huh? Joy, fun, freedom, light. Like it. Let's speak about Elektra, the mother. House of abundance. I can't. She would totally be my mom. And money aside, I didn't claim this back when we was broke down to the peers. Like, Elektra would totally be my mother. I cannot, okay? I want to talk about giving and being of servitude to the community. I've been really frustrated because a lot of creatives that get on, a lot of the creatives that find success and money and elevate, their dream and their path only serves them. Can they make more money? Can they flex a little more? Can they get more famous? What else could they have? And then they want us to turn around and clap for them and act like we all won. Did we? Did we all win? Okay. And to know that the kind of mother that Elektra came from, right? And how she becomes the mother who gives her daughters everything. You remember how her mother kept her belongings? And now look at Elektra giving her resources away with gratitude, with joy, with abundance. So you really don't have abundance when you keep and you hoard and you take because you're scared you're going to lose. Abundance is flow. I give and it comes right back tenfold. That's abundance. And she finds joy in providing like this. And we are, again, this all white coming out to play, this all white setting up for our girls, right? This is joy. This is heavenly. Finally, episode 5, damn. I wanted to have some fun. And right here, we had so much fun in this episode. And here's the thing, that trans people deserve to have play and dreams and fantasy. And it's not like the dreams are these astounding, they want to exist. We don't even like think of going to a bridal shop as that big of a deal because we're allowed in those spaces. That's our privilege as cisgender people. Trans people just want to exist in plain life, and that is their dream. And that means we as cisgender people have so much work to do to make sure these spaces are open to them. They just want to do regular thing, hood rat shit with their friends. It's because I'm speaking from the throat, not from like the diaphragm. I do that every time. I do it all the time, okay? I mean, I was absolutely overjoyed. I was absolutely overjoyed. And of course, even when Elektra and her family have this much freedom, this much joy, this much resources to play and to live out their fantasies, there are still real world oppressions, right? Because here's the thing about white supremacy and like the world. They tell you you got to be educated, financed, classy, sophisticated, talk like me, do your hair like me, arrive like this, fit into this space like this. You could do all of that, but at the end of the day, the oppressors are still going to create blockages for you because they can and because they want to. And this is why raccooning will never work, because you can have your pants pulled up, you could talk right, you could shame Black people along with white suppressors. And I'm making it a Black-white thing right now because this is how we mostly understand it. But that oppression could still get your ass when it decides to, whenever it decides to. Remember Kanye West was crying that Louis Vuitton wouldn't let him be a host, a little guest designer or something Kanye was crying about? Why Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week don't let my line into the tents? Like, he was like, why don't y'all let me in this space? Because he thought that fame and that money was going to open the doors for him. And white person said, you still not invited. Then he went and got a white family and the doors are still closed, child. I don't know what to I don't know what to tell him. And that shop owner was transphobic and shut all of this down. Even when she meets the criteria, he shut all it down because he could. The whiteness still didn't save him, did it? Mark said, I love that. Despite getting to a class that is higher than most people, Elektra still loves her community and shows up without question. You just as good and as valuable as me. If you don't have, I'll give. Come on, mother. A mother. Alex said, I loved how they came for her and ended up buying stuff for themselves. Elektra knows that tomorrow is not promised, right? Tell that to my savings account. I'd be like, YOLO, fuck it. I'd be saying it too much. That's my problem. But tomorrow isn't promised. I'd be trying to joy my abundance away into everything. Somebody tell that to my savings account, please. Myra says she really loves on her girls in her own way. Elektra was always motivated by giving and by family. Elektra didn't operate under a spirit of lack. She's been about her value. She has been about her value and asking, and this is for everybody, especially Black women, Black trans women, asking largely. Somewhere along the lines, and I fell into this trap too, somewhere along the lines, we ask small or don't ask at all, as if that gives some kind of pride behind your independence, or you're stronger, or you don't need whatever it was. That narrative is a lie and it needs to go away sooner than later. Ain't no pride in doing everything yourself. Even when she was on the down to the piers getting her Johns going, she asked largely, this is how much I cost, and I want you to buy me some hot fries on the end. But you're gonna say no? You gonna get somebody else? That's an L for you. Like, we have to ask largely, and she's not ashamed to ask for big things. I get jealous of women who just so easily ask for large things, because people who don't have, or people who try to get you to give the most without giving you any in return, will try to manipulate and shame you for asking. Oh, you trying to use, you trying to, oh, that's what you here for. I saw a tweet yesterday, y'all. Some dude was like, yeah, y'all girls could go out and get men who spend, vacations, hotels, dinners. All they want to do is sleep with you. If you really about a man, you just gonna lay up and that's it. I said, excuse me? You just trying to do a flip flap. You just trying to do a little swip swap on my brain. Did you just say, I'm not gonna spend money on you because I'm the one who actually likes you, girl? Boy, if you don't get your ass, excuse me? Excuse me? Mark said, we hate rich people less if more of them internalize that hoarded riches can't be taken with you after you're gone. Where's all that money going? You got one child and you don't even like them. Amira says, this episode was giving all the things they felt they could never have: money, careers, marriage, kids to raise. Just beautiful. And OG Elektra came out, season 1 Elektra came out with that read. As soon as she had that champagne, I said, here we go. Here we go. It just comes out perfectly. The way she reads, she collects you and gathers you, and it stings because it's honest, it's true. And she, just by looking at you, knows all of your flaws and just tells you to your face, and then finishes your champagne and makes you take her glass. Like, that's OG Elektra, like, wow. Let's talk about community. Let's talk about community, because we often see these family communing around a dining table together. So this dining table expands from Blanca's house to Elektra's new massive home to the community down at the plaza. Everybody eats. Everybody, she gives to everyone, because again, what good is your success if it feeds no one else besides you? And this moment isn't about the food. Isn't about the luxury. It isn't about the bridal gowns that she got for each and every one of her people. This is really about giving them access to joy, because you have to understand that this community is in survival mode all the time, with death lingering over their heads all of the time. What she gave them was just one day, one occasion for joy. And I thought it was so imperative to see trans women, Black and brown trans women, receive pleasure unabashedly. Watching them receive pleasure, the spa, the strippers, the dinner, the champagne, the dress, receive. Instead of running and surviving and dying and getting sick and being fearful, we got to see them receive joy and pleasure. And my heart was good with that, okay? My heart was glowing with that. Thank you for the super chat, Shenandoah. BD says, I was rewatching the first season and it's literally Angel's dream. The wedding and all of, yes, making her dreams come true. Wow, y'all. So here's the last place where I'm stopping, because I think this is very important. This is so important. I'm gonna stop here. I want to talk about Elektra's detachment from romantic love. Her life in non-love. And what I really, really like about this is that her being disconnected from a romantic attachment doesn't come from a wound. It's not giving like Black woman hurt bad and she can't trust, she can't open X, Y, and Z. It's not giving that. And I think in one of my dissections, I was kind of giving that sentiment, because you've seen the rejection, you've seen the hurt, you've seen the abandonment, and naturally this would come of it, remaining detached so no one could reject you like that again. But something about this scene really felt totally different this time around. I was like, oh, like she's really like that. This doesn't feel wounded. This doesn't feel unhealed. And this was so integral to see, for all of us to see, because in a world where trans women are often rejected, humiliated, harmed in romantic settings, we expect them to not find love, or they get so much judgment from cisgender people if they're loved out loud. It's important to see Elektra reject an attractive man. Because there's this sentiment, and this happens with fat women too. There's this sentiment that trans women should just like take what they can get. And love should be the struggle that they've got to fight for. And like ew, like no, right? We watched Elektra serve herself, and we watched Elektra choose herself. And that is very important for any woman. But to watch a Black, older, trans woman rejected and send handsome on his way. Now, wait, now you done started something. Now, ma'am, you done started something. Wow. Wow, y'all. Wow. Thank you, Kiara, always holding me down. Thank you. Michael said Elektra gave them one wish. Oh, wait, I said the Ray J version. You meant the Karen, right? My bad. Mark says Elektra has closed herself off from men. It feels strangely healthy in this context, though. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, at first it was like, that totally makes sense that she's not engaging men that way. That makes a ton of sense. But now it's just kind of like, I give to me. It feels so self-fulfilling. And I love that. I really love that. CJ says it's more like Elektra just isn't in that romantic headspace right now. Interesting. That could very much be true. Life is always a set of phases. Mara says Elektra picks, choosing, and refusing. I just think Elektra hasn't met anyone who is at her level and doesn't believe any even are. She finds most cis men only to be used, not useful, rightfully so. Woo! And use she did. Use she did, and sent him on his way and said, you better not take nothing on your way out. This was a dissection, guys. I am here live every Monday, 6 p.m. EST. Please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up so you can change the YouTube algorithm. Let me come up top in the searches and let other people discover the video. And of course, turn on your notification bell so you guys know when I'm going live or when I drop a new video, because I do a bite-sized dissection series called Piece of Scripts every Thursday. And I want you guys to see that. I want you guys to enjoy that, because we love movies over here. We love Black talent over here. We love Black life over here. And I've come to celebrate it all. Celebrate it all! I am also on social media, JustLatasha on Instagram, JustLatasha404 on Twitter. I thank you for being here. I love you. I'll see you later. Join my Patreon if you guys want the full hour live show twice a month. Patreon.com/JustLatasha. Put some hearts up in the chat. I love y'all so much. All right, I'm getting out of here. Good night.